Hey guys, King Charms here. Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you the top most common team in the Little Jungle Cup. And I'm literally saying this because at 2% of the last standing data as far as like PvP goes, this was not only the second strongest team or like top 2, it actually was the most common one. So most of everyone played this combination, but instead of using Earthquake, I'm using Muddy Water. So yeah, it's the top 2 with a spin on it. So I use Muddy Water. I like Muddy Water better than Earthquake just because with Muddy Water, there's not a lot of instances where you're going to get to an Earthquake, and Muddy Water has the debuff. So Muddy Water does a lot of work for you, and I like Muddy Water a lot for G-Fisk. This is the budget team. All you got to do is give it second moves, and it literally does really, really well. In this case, you don't really need a Cottony with a... You don't need Cottony with a second move too. If you want, you could just have G-Fisk and Skorupi with double moves and leave Cottony with C-Bomb. Because most of the time, you're not going to get the Grass Knot. There's going to be no instance in the Shellcast where you see me use Grass Knot for the most part. And yes, Grass Knot / Energy Ball or whatever knot can actually get you win cons. I think I run Energy Ball on mine because if you do get the defensive up, you can possibly come out with some win conditions. But before we get started, as usual, my mental health tip of the day. And for those of you actually, it's just my mental health tip of the day is for those of you that are actually, well, it's kind of like a tip, but also like kind of like how to get services. So in order to seek services, usually what we tell you as clinicians is that go to your insurance provider if you don't want. Well, here's the thing. You can go to private practice, but private practice is expensive. And therapy is expensive because there's not a lot of therapists out there. Fun fact, out of the world, this is just United States, but if you do the math, there's only 0.02% of people that are actually like mental health professionals, where the difference between a person that works in mental health services versus the other way around is that difference between is that you're ethically able to be called a psychotherapist. So psychotherapists are people that are able to do psychotherapy, which is are actually able to ethically perform therapy. So you have I already told about the licenses about my other one, but basically the difference between a psychotherapist and mental health services. There are people that work in mental health services that don't actually do direct psychotherapy or practice psychotherapy. Psychotherapy is what therapy is, or as in like the modality of mental health treatment is called psychotherapy in a nutshell, or you're a psychotherapist. That's basically what it is. But if you want to find it, you have to normally go to your insurance provider if you have insurance. Normally, if you're lucky enough, because I work for the city, so what we do is that we work for everyone that most of my clients, most of them have insurance unless they're school-based, where we use a special program partnered with the school so that I can provide mental health services as a school therapist at the school. So it's a pretty cool conundrum to see how it is, or like how the system works as far as like and it's a lot more available at least in California than it was back then. So I empathize with everyone that's not able to seek services out there because it's really not that available. But in a nutshell, that's how you are able to seek services. There are a few programs out there that will allow you to like get free mental health services. Like if you go look it up, especially for like if you're suicidal or anything like that, there's a suicide hotline and everything like that. Look it up from SAMHSA. Like I'll put it in the description below, or you can look it up if you're feeling really suicidal or anything like that. There's a free hotline to talk to that someone can get you help. That or drop by my stream. I'll talk to you for a little bit and I'll drop it in there, and hopefully we can keep you connected to the world. So speaking of that, there's that tip about that piece of out there, along with the mental health advice tip. Suicide is very serious, and there's a lot, it goes on a lot. And if suicide tendencies happen and behaviors, then it's part of my job to make sure my clients are safe, or to make sure my general community is safe. If you watch my videos, and for everyone else, there is the suicide hotline. That thing's really valuable because you can get connected to someone online that can help you out, and not only that, get you connected to services that could possibly help you that's local in your area. So make sure you check out the description, look it up there. If you're feeling blue, if you're feeling bad, if you feel like you can't take it anymore, there's a reason you're here, and maybe this video can help you. At least the first part of it. And it can also help you for PvP if you're interested too. And without further ado, this is the top best most common team in the Little Jungle Cup. Does really well, features G-Fisk with Muddy Water, Skorupi, and Cottony. So without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, so here are the battles Now, when you double move that budget team I told you about, you get a really powerful line, which happens to actually be the top team that most people use. As you see, we got Skarmory and a G-Fisk. We win this one handily, and we get a Diggersby. That's a shiny Diggersby. I love that you got Bugs Bunny. I, too, am a fan of Looney Tunes, but Space Jam 2 was garbage. I am so sorry. You cannot emulate Michael Jordan. LeBron James, you suck. And that movie was the biggest ad chaser of all time. Anyways, for those of you that watch Space Jam 2, or if you're NBA fans, yes, that movie was garbage. Oh, by the way, LeBron can't save the Lakers. It's going to be GG's for the Lakers this year. Sorry. Good luck on the wild card play. But, speaking of Bugs Bunny, as you see, we take out their Bugs Bunny, and we get a freaking shiny Beedrill? You made a Little Cup Diggersby, which is good because of Fire Punch, and a Little Cup Beedrill. You, sir, have a lot of Stardust. Anyways, as you see here, we pretty much have this made, though. We have Skorupi, and we still have G-Fisk. But this actually isn't great for us, because as you see, Drill 1 does neutral damage. So, with that being said, we're going to fire off Aqua Tails and try to get some shields. But this should be pretty much game. One Rock Slide I dump on this Beedrill will KO, and I still have G-Fisk with a very strong matchup against this Skarmory. So all I'm going to do is get a bazillion energy, and then I can eat a Sky Attack pretty comfortably here. So I see Sky Attack is going to go off, and then pow. Pancakes can take it. Pancakes are really good, by the way. Maple pancakes are absolutely amazing. So let me tell you about maple pancakes. You know, for those of you that have had Cracker Barrel, IHOP, there's plenty of things. And you know what? Freaking pancake. Oh my god. Especially if you make them on your own. Like what I usually like doing is using brown sugar and chocolate chips when I cook pancakes. But it's up to you. Pancakes are absolutely goated. The reason why I'm talking about pancakes right now, because all we gotta do is double up on Rock Slide here. There's no way that Beedrill has another charge move. But all I'm going to do is essentially just dump rocks, get a little more energy here, and then I'm going to hit you with the Muddy Water. Muddy Water is great because the reason why Muddy Water G-Fisk is so good is because you get the debuff, that's great, but there's a lot of Pokemon in the Little Cup where Muddy Water is absolutely amazing. And as you see here, I'm going to send in Skorupi to snipe down that Skarmory just to make sure it doesn't get enough energy. We're going to Aqua Tail here, and then we should be able to Muddy Water for the victory in the back if we aren't able to take out this Beedrill. Beedrill's able to take out Skorupi, and that was really fast. I'm like, how the heck did you die that quick? I'm like, okay, whatever. As you see, we have the Muddy Water banked. We send in G-Fisk, and then that's GG's. Because that Beedrill had no energy, it was game. But that was a hell of a lot closer than I actually thought it would be when I first was going that battle. I was like, dang, that was really close. That's because Diggersby is an actual beast in the little jungle cup. Bugs Bunny is mighty, but like I said, Bugs Bunny 1 was good. Bugs Bunny Space Jam 2 was garbage. Speaking of garbage, this lead is garbage. Remember I told you about Muddy Water? You could possibly debuff and then swap out. This is exactly what we're doing right now. We're going to shoot the Muddy Water. Hopefully we do grab a debuff. And we do. I send in the Cottony and we're able to catch a move. Scroopy's usually our safe switch here. However, I kind of leave it in the back just in case. And as you see here, we get another freaking Diggersby. Who is using this dang thing? Like, well, it's actually not a lot of Stardust to be honest with you, but still it's a freaking Diggersby. You evolve for Diggersby, you need, hell, I even forgot, Baneri, and then for some reason, hella people got Baneris, and now they got Diggersby for Little Cup. We're going to fire off the Seed Bomb here, but because Fire Punch is a mighty move, they will be able to get to another Fire Punch. However, I'm not going to shield this. I should be okay. I should be able to eat the Mud Shots, and it should be, actually, I'm going to shield this. But I'm going to go down shields, but the reason why I'm shielding it right now is because I forgot my idea here is that they're going to, as you see, 1 HP to Dream, that's what I mean. I'm going to eat one. That charm will go through. This Fire Punch will kill. And then I will have enough energy for a Seed Bomb. We're going to see Wooper come back in, which should be the textbook play. Or they send out back row, and it happens to be a Vigoroth. Now I'm kind of in trouble. We got Wooper, and yeah, we won Switch, but this is still very, very rough. We're going to send it. They eat it, and I'm like, why? But as you see here, we send in Skorupi. It looks like our opponent, actually not really, they didn't like. If you look at how it caught up or how the bar went off, we were in even scenarios. But the reason the counters caught up, and then it was just a visual glitch. It doesn't really matter anyways because we double resist counter, which is really great, and we already had energy banked. So opponent sends in Wooper, which is actually a bad idea in my opinion because you're in the zeros. One Body Slam or Mud Bomb won't kill. And then I should be able to either one catch you on CMP or even then one Body Slam when it kill. I still have a whole G-Fisk and my opponent is top lefting for the most part. So I see our opponent goes out because it's pretty much game. I still have a whole G-Fisk, I still have a Cottony, and this is like, I'm just like trying to, I'm gonna send in, yeah. As you see, I'm frantically tapping on Cottony. Our opponent just top lefted because he knows it's game over, and that's GG's. So, having a strong back row against that team actually worked out in our favor, but it was, yeah, it was strange. But I still would have won regardless, just because of, like I mentioned, really strong, like, winning CMP and still having a whole G-Fisk is still very good. So, still had plenty of win cons there, but 9 times out of 10, I could have won. As you see here, far off the Muddy Water, when you get Piloswine is it's not exactly bad against a G-Fisk just because of the fact it has Icy Wind, so it's able to debuff you. Speaking of Icy Wind, there you go, and that's why we love Muddy Water. Muddy Water, it only takes 4 mud shots to get the Muddy Water, and then you can use it to debuff the unholy hell out of your opponent, as you see here. Muddy Waters are going to start going off, we're going to take some shields, hopefully we get some debuffs, and we don't, but that's perfectly fine. The good thing is that I'm going to shield everything. They're probably going to try to bait me with Body Slam, but that's okay, because I'd rather not eat it. I want control over alignment, because what happens is that if Cottony lines up against a poison type, it's dead. We already know, it's like expired milk. So all we're going to do is Muddy Water this poor freaking bacon pig to death. I call it Ice Bacon. So we're going to Muddy Water the unholy crap out of Ice Bacon, and hopefully we can come out with a dub. As you see, I will double shield here, and I will keep alive. And our opponent sends in Skorupi, but I'm able to hold my charge move, and this Skorupi is about to take a whole lot of damage. Rock Slide will go off. That will do heavy damage to Skorupi, and we're going to send our own Skorupi. But I'm going to double up on Aqua Tail here. Nothing their Skorupi has to offer will KO me. Meanwhile, we have so much chip damage on this thing that I'm going to just gather a bazillion energy, and then we're going to have a really good Skorupi with at least a Charge Tail bank, or I mean, a Charge Move bank, before we swap out here. Or actually, I think I go over, like, I overcharge a lot. So as you see, I get 2, and then bam, I will fire. This should either KO or get close to KOing, and then I can Poison Jab down, but usually, yeah, it should KO at this range. Goes down, and we get a Golbat, and I'm really glad I did that, because now we can double Aqua Tail. I have to be really careful, though, because Cottony is about to just go against, like, remember I told you about poison types? That if we had our Cottony against that Golbat, it would have been absolutely terrible, because one Poison Fang would have wiped up our Cottony. We're able to double Aqua Tail, send in Cottony, and then Cottony will get freaking Icy Wind, but it should be able to live it anyways, and that's GG's. Technically losing the lead, but we still came out with a dub, because Icy Wind is mighty. But with Muddy Water, you can create a neutral matchup. So, as you see, we got Skorupi on to G-Fisk, and we lose this matchup really hard. That's Shadow Scorpion, by the way. You know, Scorpion from was it the Mummy Returns? No, like, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is a goated franchise, and freaking Mortal Kombat, this Skorupi is saying, get the F over here, and I'm gonna take your ELO. By the way, that's a Shadow Skorupi in Little Cup, and I don't know if it's double move, that's insane, because how the heck do you have the instinct to purify Skorupi? That, or you just hoarded a bunch of them and then used an Elite TM, or not Elite TM, or used a Charge TM during a Rocket event. Because that's a Skorupi, that's a whole Skorupi. We can E1 Aqua Tail here. I'm able to Beta Shield with Muddy Water, which is absolutely legendary. And I'm hoping to get another, well, this is actually Muddy Water, so they catch, but they're actually catching into a Muddy Water, which is great. As you see, Muddy Water goes off, and it's the regular Stunfisk. I'm going to get a little more energy here, and then I'm going to switch into Cottony, thus being able to absolutely wall the unholy heck out of this Stunfisk. Regular Stunfisk gets walled by Cottony because Discharge and Mud Bomb are all resisted. So, as you see, all we're going to do is just frantically charm down. Nothing this Stunfisk does at our Cottony is going to be able to take it out. So Cottony is just taking all these discharges, walling the Great Wall of Cottony. Exactly, the Great Wall of Cottony. There you go. Absolutely goated. So goated, it's going to tear its way to victory. And as you see, I will not shield this. I don't know if they're far in the charge move. Ideally, what they should do here is that they should, like, get a little extra energy. But as you see here, they just fire the cross pose and go. So that is a TM'd charge. Yeah, that's a TM'd freaking Shadow Skorupi. I send in our own Skorupi, and then I'm gonna freaking Aqua Tail my way to victory here. Here's what sucks. So this actually isn't a great matchup because Fire Punch does big damage. So I still have a sack with our G-Fisk here, but what I'm doing is basically I'm going to double up. So as you see, I'm going to double up, and then I'm trying to try to catch up. Well, not double up, but I'm just basically trying to fire as many Aqua Tails as I insanely can. Aqua Tail's going to go off. I send in G-Fisk to pretty much just sacrifice it because there's no reason for G-Fisk to live, but I Oops, because I'm like, oh, G-Fisk, you have a ton of energy. I don't want to lose all that energy. Fire Punch goes through, we will shield it, and then we're able to Mud Shot down, and now we have all this energy to throw at the Skorupi in the back. Our opponent's Skorupi is likely to shield, even though this is a Muddy Water, just because if they do Rock Slide this game, I see they do shield, and then I should be able to get to another Muddy Water. Muddy Water goes off, and then gets nuts, is that in order for me to win this, I need to debuff this thing, because it's gonna get, look at all this energy, bro. It gets a ton of energy, and not only that, their Aqua Tail plus the shadow damage would likely KO my Skorupi at this range. And as you see here, they get to an Aqua Tail, but because I debuffed him before, I win! So as you see, Aqua Tail goes off, and it doesn't kill my Skorupi, but if it was -1, I would have lost. That's my opponent top lefts, and that's GG's. Debuffs matter. That's why Muddy Water is an amazing charge move, and it gets us the W's in the Little Jungle Cup with the most common / top well, yeah, this is literally the most common line at 2%. Alright, so we got Skorupi onto our G-Fist. This is absolutely terrible. We're about to have round 2 of losing the freaking lead. You actually lose this pretty hard. We're going to do the same thing like we did last time. We're going to fire off the Muddy Water, and we're going to pray. We're going to pray that Shadow Skorupi, which is the actual Super Saiyan, the god of destruction of this cup. No, seriously, if you watch Dragon Ball Super, it's an amazing freaking anime. I love freaking Dragon Ball Super. So we're going to have Dragon Ball Super freaking Skorupi try to kill us out. And we got a Superior. That's Superior. Yeah, that's a... What's up? What? You know what? First, I see a freaking... And it's got freaking Leaf Tornado, bro. And like, when I was doing this battle, I was just like... What the hell is this? Oh, it's going again. Watch me get debuffed again, I swear. And I'm like, boy... And I was like, wait, this actually isn't that bad, because here's the thing. If they're going to Leaf Tornado me again, that's perfectly fine. That, or if I lose this because they're going to Aerial Ace me, that's okay. So it's another Leaf Tornado. And you can't debuff me -6. So as you see here, the reason I stopped tapping there is because I don't want them to get any extra energy. If I stop it, if I don't kill them at this interval, that Skorupi comes in and gets the probably another extra Poison Sting, which can really matter. And we already lost the lead to begin. Well, yeah, we already lost the lead to begin with, but our opponent gave a switch. But either way, this Skorupi has a really great matchup against both our Skorupi with energy lead. Well, they have an energy lead, so they have a great match against our Skorupi, and against our G-Fisk. But they only are cross. My brain is like, why are you straight? Are they literally praying for the boost? I'm like, you should have double Aqua Tailed. Because if I didn't shield their confidence, because I'm like, if you're trying to fish for the boost, then that's the wrong move, my friend. As you see, we're going to be able to double Aqua Tail here and take both shields. And then I should be able to send G-Fisk with energy to take out their freaking Skorupi if I want to. But I choose to stay in because I have 2 shields. You don't want to lock into a negative matchup. At the same time with 2 shields, there's no point. Our opponent is still cross-poisoning, and my brain is like, why? Why are you boost fishing? And they managed to catch us on CMP, so their Skorupi actually beats ours on CMP. So I'm like, my mind is like going off right now. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And as you see, get the Aqua Tail off. So my idea here is they're probably going to send in something that's weak to our Skorupi, and it happens to be a Swinub. Please live, Skorupi. With IVs, 1 HP in a dream, we're able to get an Aqua Tail off, and all I gotta do is combo in my freaking G-Fist, and we're gonna do the 1-2 combo, the combo breaker. For those of you that play Mortal Kombat, Marvel vs. Capcom fighting games, this is the fatality, and this is GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed this sweet combo to end the freaking Shoutcast, but god, 2 losing leads from hell, and as you see, this team is excessively powerful. The top, most powerful, most common team in the Little Jungle Cup. Behold. And that's GG's. Holy crap. So I saw Superior, saw B-Drill, shiny one at that, and dang. And honestly, if you look at this video, there's really not a difference between the, like, well, there is a difference, but it's super minuscule in my opinion, at least from testing. The regular Skorupi and the Shadow Skorupi, there's not too much of a difference between both of them. In fact, if you're very creative with Muddy Water, as you see here, you can create a win condition. But yes, so if you're like kind of being like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Shadow Skorupi. For those of you that do have one, it's freaking goated. It's absolutely amazing. The little bit of bolt can possibly affect you, but again, it's a very minuscule difference. But hope you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully you have these Pokemon built, or what's actually cool about this entire team is you can kind of evolve this entire component, with the exception of G-Fist, power it up to Great League and use it. So if you caught them or someone gave one to you, you can power it up and use it for Great League later, which is great about all 3 of these Pokemon. which I will either do down the line or give it to someone else for someone that needs something for PvP. I appreciate y'all. Can you do me a huge favor? Please like and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitch. I do stream Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, 6:30 a.m. PST to 7:30 is when I start, and then it goes on to whenever. But I really do appreciate my community. Hopefully you can follow me on Twitch, and then you guys could see you on there if you would like to see me live and see me do all these crazy things, and if you'd like to just say hi. But also for the YouTube algorithm, please do me a huge favor. Please like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. I really appreciate it. And to easily subscribe, if you want, you can use your charm out. I know you. Yeah, I say this a lot, but like, you know, you see that little box at the bottom right. You can easily subscribe from over there. Really appreciate my current subscribers. You guys are freaking goated. I love you guys to death. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets. Hopefully this team does help you out. It gives you some dubs, or you're using another team that gives you some freaking dubs, and you're having some fun in the little jungle cup. Good luck in your Go Battle League sets again, and I will see you guys on the next video.